Today, I bought the LEGO Star Wars Clone Trooper Command Station minifigure pack. Hello everyone, it is Republic Studs, and today I finally have the much coveted Clone Trooper minifigure pack. This is the one that we have been waiting for, that has taken forever for LEGO to stock, but I finally have it, which is fantastic. Now this is the first Clone Trooper $15 type battle pack thing that we've gotten in a while. We obviously did have, of course, the 501st battle pack. But this is the first time we're really getting something again like this. And obviously this is the most coveted set probably at the beginning of this year, so I cannot wait to get into it. But first, if you guys like LEGO Star Wars or anything in that regard, then remember to hit that subscribe button because we do daily LEGO Star Wars content on this channel. But with that said, we're going to unbox it and then get right on into a hyperlapse. Okay, but before we do get into the hyperlapse quickly, I do want to do a quick unboxing tutorial for how you're supposed to unbox these boys. It's pretty simple, quite honestly. Now, there are two tape pieces. First off, there's one right here, and you're going to want to just kind of cut it open like this. Very simple. It's just a flap, so that way they can seal these things. And again, this is so you want to keep your box art. And then you just cut that one, and then like so, it opens up, and you are able to simply just pop it open and pull out all of the stuff. Now, let's get into the hyperlapse build. So first here we do have a look at the box art for this beautiful set. Now you do get a look at Geonosis, which I actually think they did a good job. They do have a little blue stripe up there with the LEGO Star Wars logo, and of course the coincidental 66 pieces, which is kind of great. You also do get a little depiction of all the clones running into battle. You also do again get that Clone Trooper pilot minifigure, as well as gunships flying on in. You do get the 3 minifigure logo. You also again get all those Brix shaped in the total look of a minifigure, which I always appreciated with these. And again, you do get the sandy dunes of Geonosis, where they look at all of the stuff that comes in the set. And on the top, you do get a great depiction of the Clone Troopers you get in the set. But a weird thing is, you see all this empty space on here, and it feels a little off. Well, you would be right, because on this one, you do get a look at all of these builds. So I don't know why they couldn't have squeezed in the control station somehow, because it just kind of feels off, like this is missing. But then again, this one also was missing the dish turret. So, you know, who honestly knows, but there was still a ton of room, clearly, for them to print. But first, we want to take a look here at the instructions. We do have those 3 clone boys, again, on here. Now, again, these simply open up. You just kind of open them up. And they do get a great little look at how to build this set. It's very simple, it's very effective, and, you know, it's a nice little build. Now, let's get into the figures. Now, here's a look at the Clone Trooper pilot minifigure, or, you know, some people call it the Clone Trooper Commander.
Is a clone commander, which also doubles as the pilot of the ship.
But anyway, this one's obviously, you know, a cool figure, but again, the worst possible selection. We'll discuss that more in my final thoughts. Anyway, he does come with a regular blaster size, nothing too special about him. He does, again, come with that clone head. Just a very simple figure, nothing too exciting. 2020 style Phase 1 Clone Trooper. Nothing too super special about him. So, first up, we have a look at the new Clone Trooper Phase 1 variants. Obviously, very cool minifigures. You do get a look at them. They look truly great. I actually really like the way they handled these boyos. They look really good. Now, they do come with these special blaster extensions. They're very similar to, say, the 501st Trooper and, again, the Clone Trooper Commander. So we had a really good idea of what they were going to look like. People pretty much created decals one for one for what they would look like, which is why these guys we didn't get a look at them sooner. You do get, again, basic printing, and a thing that I think is cool. I had one of my decal buddies, Boomer Productions, actually whip this up for me. Now, this is a Clone Trooper Phase 1 helmet, and like that, if you get these decaled, even though they're all over the place, then you can make it look like a Phase 2 Trooper, and it looks really, really solid. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Nothing else too special with these guys. Let's get into the builds. Now, the first thing we have here is, of course, the weapons rack, a staple of LEGO Star Wars, if I'm being 100% honest, and it looks very cool. You know, it's very simple of a build. You do get this little text here. Now, I've been told this is called in jargon of some sort. I'm not entirely sure, but they did want to capture that green effect. It is kind of weird that's not Arabesh. And then, of course, you do get the 2 weapons here. They are just long rifles with the extensions. These came in the 501st Battle Pack, but they're still pretty cool. It's nice to have extra 2 of these. Again, make up for all the stud shooters in years past, but still very cool, simplistic build, nothing super special. Now, here is an absolutely awesome build that I love, especially for this $15 price. You do get this just beautiful little command station for your clone troopers. Now, command stations are great, at least for when I used to play with my Legos when I was a kid. I liked having them set up. I just like to imagine you have your commander here, giving orders to the battlefield, and you get to sit him down, and he just kind of talks. And I think that's a great build. The build is super nice looking for the size that, they had to work with. You do get some basic pictures. You do get some basic pieces. Nothing super crazy in terms of that. You do get, like, some panels all around. You do, again, get all this. There's no crazy play features, no fluff, just simple goodness. I really like the way they handled it. Now you can sit down your clone trooper, and you could sit down one realistically. It's not like the old ones where you could probably sit down all three. This one is a firm one. You could seal it in if you want. Like, you're not going to fit anyone else in here like those other boys. But it is just a neat build, and I don't think it's one that people would mind too much. Now, what I would like to see is hopefully people come up with alternative builds, or like, combo builds. I've seen some of them, so maybe we'll have to do something like that. But overall, really, really neat set. Now, to be 100% honest, I thought I'd have way more to say about this set, but I guess not. It's a pretty straightforward set. Now, let's get into my thoughts on, what I think of this set. So let's get into that. So this is the section of the video where I give my full thoughts on these sets. Now, these are quite interesting, in my opinion. First off, 66 pieces. Haha, nice.
The time has come. Execute Order 66.
But yeah, obviously there are a ton of mixed opinions about this, but I have a few problems with it. I'll get those out of the way really quickly. And the biggest one, obviously, being the yellow clone trooper. This should not have been a yellow clone trooper. It's a really stupid choice of figure. I know it was probably one of the more prominent type of clones in Attack of the Clone, but they really should not have done it. They should have done 3 clone troopers, or they should have done even a green one, because the sergeants at least lead a squad, so they're a little more common in an army, the green sergeant troopers. And obviously, you guys know the reason I'm really upset about this is it takes away any exclusivity the UCS Republic gunship had at all. The only really interesting figure that came with was the yellow clone trooper, even though we relentlessly mocked it for, being the wrong trooper, because it doubles as a pilot.
One is a clone commander, which also doubles as the pilot of the ship.
And yes, I still like calling this thing the clone trooper pilot just for fun. But this really shouldn't have been included. That is the biggest breaking flaw of the set. Literally anything would have been better than that, in my opinion. Heck, they could have thrown in Dexter Jester in this one. I would have loved that.
Obi-Wan!
With that being said, overall, I think this is still great. You are getting 2 Phase 1 Clone Trooper minifigures, which is fantastic for $15, and you're also getting a nice little command station build. Now, this is not the first command station build, which is why I'm going to be comparing this one to the old one that came out back in 2013. I bought it specifically to compare the two. And you also do get the weapons rack, and I will say a small note, this is actually something a fan told me. Apparently there's this thing on there called Ninjargon. You talked about that in my review. First of all, who came up with that name? It's stupid. But second of all, they really had to put a Ninjago piece into a LEGO Star Wars set. It wasn't that hard to put a regular panel into this. I get they wanted the green, but they couldn't have done something exclusive. It's not that hard, LEGO. Don't tell me it is. I know it isn't. I've seen the video theme, and I also know that none of those have sold. And yeah, so those are the main problems with the set. Now, overall, I do still think it is overall a good minifigure pack. Again, you're getting 2 of the new troopers. These are great for army building. Wait if you want to see if these are going to go in stock at Walmart or Target. I'm not 100% sure if they are, but I've heard a little bit rumblings like they'll be exclusive to LEGO stores for 3 or 4 months and then they'll later get released to those stores. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. Now, with that said, I want to know your guys' thoughts on this. It's a pretty simple set. You get the point. With that said, I'll see you all in the next one. Remember to peace out and stay awesome.